In 1971, a single naval asset secured a decisive victory by locking down the Bay of Bengal. That was the original INS Vikrant, a vessel that proved how a carrier could dictate the outcome of regional conflict. That conflict demonstrated a geographic reality. Controlling the vast Indian Ocean requires a mobile, sea-based airbase. Without it, a navy is limited by the range of land-based airstrips. For decades after, India faced a recurring operational problem. To maintain this naval capability, the country relied entirely on purchasing and retrofitting foreign-built ships. Strategic independence is limited as long as a nation depends on imported flagships. To secure its maritime interests, India had to move beyond being a buyer of naval power. The shift began with a major strategic decision. India would design and build its next carrier from scratch in a domestic shipyard. This task is significantly more complex than standard warship construction. An aircraft carrier functions as a floating military city, requiring internal systems that can operate with precision in extreme ocean environments. The challenge has three core hurdles: designing a massive hydrodynamic hull, integrating heavy-duty propulsion, and building a stable flight deck. The highest risk is integration. If communication between these zones fails, it shatters the utility of the entire vessel. Successfully building a carrier proves a nation's mastery of advanced metallurgy and systems architecture, a technical threshold only a handful of countries have ever cleared. The result of that domestic effort is the Indigenous Aircraft Carrier 1, commissioned as the new INS Vikrant. On September 2, 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi officially commissioned the vessel, marking its transition from a construction project to a national milestone. To execute the vision, Cochin Shipyard constructed a hull measuring 262 meters long and 62 meters wide, covering the area of 3 adjacent football fields. The ship displaces 43,000 tons of water and provides self-sustaining quarters for a crew of 1,600. Generating enough power to push this 43,000-ton steel structure to a maximum speed of 28 knots, over 50 kilometers per hour, requires immense mechanical output. Achieving this combination of scale and speed validates the maturity of Cochin Shipyard and the efficiency of India's domestic defense supply chains. While the ship is an engineering feat, its primary function is to serve as a delivery system for its multi-role aircraft fleet. The ship's offensive capabilities center on the MiG-29K fighter jets, which are deployed for high-speed air superiority and strike missions. For anti-submarine warfare, the carrier deploys the MH-60R Seahawk, providing a specialized defense against subsurface threats. The Kamov K-31 helicopters provide the early warning and radar surveillance needed to monitor the surrounding airspace for hundreds of miles. India's domestic aviation technology is also integrated directly onto the flight deck, with the HAL Dhruv helicopter handling transport and utility operations. This combination of air superiority, anti-submarine defense, and long-range surveillance transforms the INS Vikrant into a self-contained mobile airbase capable of dominating a multidimensional battlespace. In naval strategy, power projection is the ability to exert influence far from home. A carrier allows a nation to create concentric rings of influence that radiate across thousands of miles of open water. Using advanced domestic radar and communication systems, the ship monitors international shipping lanes and key maritime choke points that are vital to global trade. This same operational range is applied to non-combat missions, including rapid disaster relief and long-range humanitarian assistance throughout the region. Ultimately, the INS Vikrant provides India with the independent leverage necessary to secure its strategic interests throughout the entire Indian Ocean region. The completion of this ship is the most visible evidence of the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign for national self-reliance. India has now entered the exclusive group of nations capable of designing and building their own aircraft carriers from the keel up. While the 1971 legacy was built on a ship of foreign origin, the new INS Vikrant honors that history through sovereign engineering and domestic labor. This achievement also relies on the specialized personnel of the Indian Navy, who are trained to operate and maintain this leap in technology. The INS Vikrant is a declaration of India's technological independence, a signal that the nation intends to secure its future on the global seas through its own industrial power.